Hi there, hi there, hi there. How are you doing today? My name is Maggie Manifest ASMR and welcome back to my channel. First, I have to say a huge thank you for 1,000 subscribers. It really means so much to me. I've really missed you and I've missed filming, so thank you for sticking around. I've taken a little hiatus the last 6 weeks. It was unintentional. I just got super busy. But really, I've been reprioritizing and just rebalancing and refocusing. And ASMR is a huge priority to me, so I will be back more regularly now. I'm recommitting to being consistent because now I know what it was that was taking my time away, and I can just figure out, how to fix my schedule better. And I think that's really important. In this video, I wanted to do a little soft spoken, maybe some parts can be whispered, story time, just about what I've been up to the last 6 weeks, mostly adjusting. A little story time about me adjusting to moving and living in a new country across the world. And throughout the video, oh no, sorry, that was my dog. Throughout the video, I will also be playing with some different triggers. She's whining. Okay. Of course, right when I start filming. It's okay. I know many of you are dog people. I got some comments about how her snoring in the background makes you feel at home. This is my first time actually filming in the morning. I was sipping my coffee earlier, so I think she's even more awake because it's early in the day. Okay. So to kick off the story time about me adjusting to a new country. So I was born and raised in New Jersey, and I moved to New York for college. I lived 5 miles outside of New York City, so I've always been in that area. I've traveled places. I've been around North America, Europe, and South America, but Asia was a very kind of unknown place to me for a really long time. Even though my parents are from the Philippines, they migrated to the US in the early 90s, and I hadn't been back, or they've never been back, so they did not take me. I visited the Philippines for the first time as an adult when I was in college. And that is what just got me very interested in Southeast Asia. Around that time too, I entered a long-distance relationship with a guy I met at a karaoke bar in downtown Manila. And we were long distance for a few years and traveled back and forth between Manila and New York. And then we got married, and he relocated to Singapore with me. So I moved from New York to Singapore about 7.5 months ago for work with my husband Gabby and our dog Portia. So we were relocated by my company. I got a promotion to expand our operations across the Asia Pacific. So Gabby and I actually moved our wedding up. We got married in November of 2021, and my company was able to sponsor him to move here with me, and we are starting and building our amazing life living together for the first time. So that really brings me to the last seven and a half months, okay? And this will lead up to just what's been happening the last 6 weeks. So Gabby, Portia, and I got on a 19-hour direct flight from New York to Singapore towards the end of February. And we landed in this whole new country across the globe for me. It's very close to the Philippines. It's a 3.5-hour flight, but it's directly across the globe. For me, I mean, it's still a new experience for him. Neither of us had ever visited Singapore before we committed to moving here. And trust me, we love it. It has all the comforts, everything we need. Like, I love food. I love just how modern it is, but it's also very cultural and easy to travel to other places around Asia. So that's a big part of it. Is we moved to Singapore without ever visiting. So it was a really wild adventure, and I'm so happy we did it, because what other time in our lives, but when is better than now kind of mentality. I'm someone that I love saying yes to everything, and I'm just always up for an adventure. Gabby easily could have moved to the US, and I easily could have moved to Manila, but starting a new life in Singapore just felt really right to us. So when the opportunity came up, we jumped on it. So the first 2 months of living here was really about me getting settled into my new role, because it was a promotion, and it was a whole new team, region, everything, you name it, and also apartment hunting. So we were living in a serviced apartment for about 7 weeks before we were able to move into our current condo. A serviced apartment is like a condo-tel. It's like an apartment that's part of a hotel, so you can get housekeeping and room service, and it has amenities, but it's just it's very comfortable, but it's expensive. Luckily, my company helped cover those costs, and we were able to be comfortable while we were apartment hunting, and we found a condo in a perfect place for us. It's a very dog-friendly area, and that was the top of list of my priorities, because our dog, Portia, her name is Portia, like the car, really deserves the best. And I wanted this move to not just be about me and Gabby, but she's a part of our family, and she also, deserved to be very comfortable. So I love where we are now. It took us about 2 weeks to move, 2 months to find it and move in. So shortly after that, shortly after moving in, I realized I just had some extra time on my hands. I was also, a part of me, I was also missing home, It was around that time that I was able to really sit in the silence after I had gotten used to my job and had moved into an apartment. I just felt so far away from everything and everyone, aside from Gabby and Portia. But I missed my family and my friends. And I didn't really know what else to do with my time, because I moved here for work, and I was just thinking about work a lot, but I didn't want to be that person that was just working all day long. I needed to find something else to do. So it was shortly after moving into this apartment that I started my ASMR channel, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time. I've been watching ASMR since October of 2018. That was when my family dog passed away, and I was having a really hard time sleeping. And it just felt like the right time to start and really just pursue this passion of mine. So I got a mic, a camera, and a ring light, and I just started making videos. And I really loved it. It was something that I felt like I was doing for myself, and it felt really aligned with this move because really, again, just what better time to start? I mean, they say the best time to start was 2 years ago, but I think just the way everything worked out for me here, the timing just, I felt inspired to start. Around the same time that I started my YouTube ASMR channel, I also started posting every day on TikTok. I had never had the TikTok app before, but I downloaded it so I could start a little foodie TikTok, and I started documenting my experience, just everything I ate in a day as an American living in Singapore, and I really enjoy it. And those are two things that I knew I could be consistent with because I eat every day and I love ASMR. I love just making content, and it's very relaxing to me. Like right now, I hope these, triggers are relaxing you, but I'm also feeling very, very zen, just sitting here and talking and playing with these different objects. So I started ASMR and my foodie TikTok around the same time, and I enjoyed those for months, and I was very consistent. I still am actually consistent on TikTok, but I think it's just a lighter lift. Like, I film myself eating, I put the clips together, and then I do a voiceover, whereas ASMR, it felt like the stars had to align for me to film. Right now, I'm so grateful actually that it's working out, me filming during the day, because my unit faces the pool, my condo's pool, and it's usually quite loud, but I'm just so happy right now. But I used to only really be able to film late at night when everyone else was sleeping, and then, I mean, it's not, I don't want it to sound like filming is a burden, but it's not. It's really not. I don't mean to make it sound like that. But I just needed the setting to be right for me to film, whereas now I'm just trying to do it whenever I feel inspired to. Like right now, I woke up just feeling so inspired to film and chit chat. So I love light triggers, and that's, I think, what a lot of my viewers, a lot of you enjoy. I love bright, fast-paced light triggers. Those are the videos that I like watching. So those are the videos I also started making. Speaking of, let me get some lights back. Okay. So I did ASMR consistently for a few months, and then 6 weeks ago is when I noticed a shift. But I think it was the right thing for me at the time, because something that I had to really sit in for a while since moving was I need to rebuild my life here. And in that sense, I had, Gabby and Portia, and I had my work, and I had a great apartment, and I was very comfortable. I felt like I had a lot of opportunities and things were working out. But I knew I needed to work on building relationships here. I was so comfortable and so honestly just lucky and loved. In the US, I had my friends and family that were always consistent and there for me, and I never really, I've had moments of loneliness, but I've never like actually been alone. Like if I wanted to see someone, hang out, get out of the house, I was always able to. Here, I love hanging out with Gabby and Portia, but I knew I needed to find friends. And that's what I've been up to the last 6 weeks. I hope you understand. It took me a while because I think I was going about it the wrong way. But I found something that works, and I'm gonna talk a bit about it. So I think part of moving to a new country is, I think a lot of people do it. I know there were digital nomads, obviously, and then there's a community within digital nomads who meet each other. But the other aspects are sometimes you move to a new country, maybe for school, and you can be friends with other students. Or if you do move for work with a bigger company, you kind of have a built-in social life with your coworkers. I didn't really have either of that. I'm not a student. I would love to do grad school someday. But right now is not the right time yet. Hopefully in the next few years. And my company in Singapore is still small. I think, there's only 5 of us on the team, including me, even though we have almost maybe 400 employees worldwide. So that's the other thing, is when I was at my company in the US, I had so many, like, they were coworkers and friends, people, just a bunch of peers, and I knew in my head, like I knew in theory that it would be different here. I don't know if I should. So yeah, I knew it would be different just with the circumstances, and I moved here for other reasons. But even just in terms of friends outside of work, so I had a great friend group outside. I've had a great friend group my whole life, and I'm still in group chats with them, and I do talk to all of them regularly. But I needed friends in this time zone. And what I was struggling with is a lot of the expats that are in my condo, not just expats, but I just so happen to live in an expat neighborhood. A lot of them are in a very different life stage. So I was trying to make friends organically by going to the dog park near my condo, talking to my neighbors, and they're all very nice. Oh, and going to cafes. They're all very nice. And I was really trying to put myself out there, but for some reason I wasn't finding like people that I would, invite over for, dinner, game night, go out to do different activities with, which is what I crave in friendships. And eventually there is one person who changed kind of my entire perspective, because that's how I made friends back home. Like, they just always happened to be in my area or like in my sorority, and I never actually had to go out of my way on something digital to make friends. But one day, about maybe 2 months ago, I got a DM from someone on TikTok saying she loved my videos and my energy, and wanted to see if we could meet up and be friends. And that was the real catalyst for me, because we met up, we had a great time. Now she's one of my best friends. In Singapore, we go out to eat. She lives relatively close to me. We do workout classes together, and that's just the kind of energy like I love, and I love and attract in friends. And when it clicked for me that she was able to DM me on TikTok, and we met up and became friends, I realized that's the way to do it. So I started reaching out to other people I enjoy watching on TikTok, and I downloaded Bumble BFF, and it's kind of I've made friends in abundance since then, and that was the last piece I needed for Singapore to feel like home. I needed a community, I needed relationships, I needed balance. Everything needs to be balanced. So that's what I've been up to the last 6 weeks. I've been friend dating, and mostly going out in the evenings and on weekends when I would have been filming content. And I felt so guilty about it because I really missed filming and I missed ASMR, but I just wasn't able to find the time, which is why now I'm trying to reprioritize. It's also not healthy, to go out every single night, but there was a period where I think I met 10 new people in like 10 days. And yeah, now I'm very happy with the friends I have, and I just want I'm very happy with where I am in my life. I think that was the last piece I needed. Yes, that's what I've been up to the last 6 weeks. There was also a period in there where my mom came to visit from New Jersey, and Gabby's brother visited from the Philippines, but yeah. So it was entertaining people and making friends, and I think it's just what I really needed. But I'm happy to be back. I love spending time with you all, and thank you so much for understanding. I don't see myself taking another break like that, because I really enjoy spending this time with you. I wonder if that even constituted as a story time. I was really just rambling about really anything that came to my mind, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I can't wait to see you again next time, very, very soon. Also, if you've moved to a new country and have had to adjust, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about your experience, especially with making friends, and adjusting to a new country and culture, because it can be, in my experience, it can be kind of intimidating, but it all works out. And I hope you're all feeling very loved right now. I'm sending you good. I'm sending you good energy.